What is love? According to Tavis Smiley, who quotes Martin Luther King, love is when the state takes care of me. That's what love is, according to these people.
King put love in the center of the public square. Gandhi put love in the center of the public square. But you can't have those conversations, it seems to me, without defining what love is. And for me, I go back again to King and how King would define it. Love simply means this, that everybody is worthy just because. Imagine then how different our public policy would be if everybody were operating off of that fundamental definition of what love is, that everybody is worthy just because. If you ever get to a point in this society where that's the operational definition, it fundamentally changes how we debate these issues. Because if everybody is worthy just because, then it fundamentally changes how we see education, which means then that everybody in America ought to have access to an equal, high-quality education. It means that everybody ought to live in an environment that is safe from environmental racism. It means that everybody ought to have access to equal, high-quality health care. It means et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
So in other words, if people genuinely love others, and they would want for all these socialist policies to be present in our system, and the fact that they aren't present in our system, the fact that we don't have even more of a welfare state, is indicative of the fact that we don't love one another. So again, they have, in a sense, bastardized and perverted what love is. And they have suggested that a true loving society is one that is Marxist. A true loving society is one that is communist. That's basically what he's saying. Martin Luther King was a Marxist. And if you're using Martin Luther King as your barometer and as your kind of arbiter, if you will, on what is or what is not love, what is or what is not a quote unquote good society, you're not using Jesus. You're not using the Bible. You're using Martin Luther King, who was an agnostic on the question of whether or not Jesus resurrected from the dead. He didn't believe Jesus resurrected from the dead, which is weird that he was a pastor. You're using Martin Luther King as the source in your mind as to what is love.
So when I talk about King, I want us to make sure we understand what we mean when we say love, because King is oftentimes talking about love. And to my mind, no leader since King has been so adept at putting love in the center of the public square, but that's not some mamby-pamby definition.
That's right.
When you take that definition, that we're all worthy just because, it fundamentally changes the way you approach good public policy. Racism is the contestation of my humanity.
So he made the point that genuine love is the implementation of an expansive welfare state, i.e. communism and socialism. And then he goes on to say to deny the welfare state, to deny the socialist state, is to display not love, but hate. And not only that, it's a contestation of my humanity. It's a denial of my humanity. If you don't give me the welfare state, if you don't give me socialism, then you are rejecting and denying and contesting my humanity, says Tavis Smiley. Are y'all getting this? Or do I have to break it down even further?